Before we begin, if you enjoy powerful documentaries and inspiring success stories, make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you never miss our next journey. Now, imagine standing in the middle of a crowded city with absolutely nothing in your pocket. No money, no connections, no opportunities. Just a dream that no one else can see. Most people believe success begins with money, but history has proven something very different. Every great empire, every successful business, and every extraordinary life began with a single thought. In one corner of a busy city lived a young boy whose life was defined by struggle. Every morning before the sun rose, he woke up knowing that if he didn't work, he wouldn't eat. He delivered newspapers through empty streets, carried heavy sacks in crowded markets, cleaned small shops, and accepted any job that could earn him a few coins. By the end of each day, his body was exhausted, but his pockets remained almost empty. To everyone around him, his future seemed already decided. People looked at his worn clothes, his old slippers, and his tired face, believing he would spend his entire life trapped in poverty. But while the world saw limitations, the boy quietly saw possibilities. Instead of complaining about what he didn't have, he became curious about what successful people knew that he didn't. Every evening, after finishing hours of hard labor, he walked to a small public library. It wasn't luxurious. The shelves were old, the tables were scratched, and the room was silent except for the sound of turning pages. Yet inside those walls, he discovered something more valuable than money. He discovered ideas. He began reading books about entrepreneurs, inventors, scientists, and leaders. Who had once started with nothing. Story after story revealed the same truth. Before companies existed, they were ideas. Before skyscrapers touched the clouds, they lived inside someone's imagination. Before impossible dreams became reality, someone had the courage to believe they were possible. That realization transformed his life forever. His financial situation didn't change overnight. He still worked long hours. He still struggled to pay for food. He still returned home tired every evening. But his mindset became completely different. Instead of wasting time worrying about problems, he invested every free moment learning new skills. He studied communication, observed successful people, practiced discipline, wrote down business ideas, and treated every failure as a lesson instead of a defeat. Days turned into months, and months slowly became years. The transformation was almost invisible. No headlines announced his progress. No one applauded the long nights he spent studying while others slept. But real success is often built quietly, long before the world notices it. Eventually, preparation met opportunity. One small idea became his first business. That small business created another opportunity. Every challenge taught him something new, and every success gave him the confidence to dream even bigger. The tiny room where he once planned his future slowly became a real office. One customer became hundreds. One employee became an entire team. The same boy who once counted a handful of coins at the end of each day now built opportunities, not only for himself, but for many others. People who had once ignored him suddenly admired his achievements. Some called him fortunate, Others called him gifted. But none of them had seen the years of sacrifice, discipline, learning, and persistence that made his success possible. They saw the destination, but never the journey. His story reminds us of a lesson that remains true in every generation.
An empty pocket is temporary, but an empty vision can last a lifetime. Money can be earned, opportunities can be created, and failures can become valuable lessons. But none of those things happen until a person first changes the way they think. Every remarkable achievement begins long before anyone can see it. It begins with a decision to believe in a future that doesn't yet exist. The boy's greatest investment was never money. It was his mindset. And that is why his life changed forever. So, the next time you feel discouraged by your circumstances, remember this story. Never let your current situation define your future. Dream bigger than your fears. Learn more than everyone expects. Work harder than yesterday. Because every empire is built twice. First in the mind, and then in the real world.
Thank you for watching. If this story inspired you, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and share this documentary with someone who needs to hear this message today. Until our next story, keep believing, keep learning, and never stop thinking bigger than your circumstances.